Hey guys, this is Lisa back with another quick video for you on a last minute Christmas card. Today I'm going to be starting with this 8x8 paper pack called Santa Baby by Prima. And we're going to make a simple yet really cute card. This is going to be a 5x7 card base. And I have cut a piece of white cardstock down to make a border around it. So this will be 4 3/4, by 6 3/4. And then I cut this one down out of the Santa Baby pack, and I cut it to 3 1/2 by 6 1/2, and then I came over to the 3 1/4 and cut it into this angled shape. Now, also on this same sheet of Santa Baby paper, which I'll show you here, I can find the paper that I chose. On this piece of paper, here was the Santa, and up here on the same sheet of paper was this Mary and Joy. So I cut out that Mary and Joy, and then I mounted it onto this same pink cardstock that I'm going to be making this bow out of. So once again, you can hand cut a bow, you can die cut a bow. I have these die cuts that look like this, that makes this type of bow. Or you can have these die cuts that make this type of bow. Or you can cut one on Cricut, or you can simply tie one. So also on this white sheet of paper, I used May's Fancy Flurries set. And I stamped just in random places around the corner so it'll peek out. And I think I'm going to finish it off with some pearls. So let's get started. All that's really left to do is to assemble. So I'm going to get my art glitter glue. And in the month of December, the design team is taking on the challenge of adding lots of layers. So not only are we going to be putting paper layers, but it could be stamping layers type thing. So here we go. This doesn't add too much bulk, but it is enough layers to add a lot of color and some interest. And this is another one of those cards that if you make, and once you get your angles right and you decide exactly on your paper, you could mass produce these. You could just buy a paper pack and cut these shapes out and use the first one as your template. So I'm just going to, on this one, I cut it to be a mat, but I think I'm just going to line it up against the edge so that I have more room on the right to put my bow. Yeah, just like that. Because I'm going to put my bow in this area here, and it's a pretty big bow. So when you cut the pieces out, I'll show you on the one that I have, my die cut, this is what they look like. They'll cut like this, and then you just fold them under to make this shape. So when I bought that one, I didn't know how many times I would use it, but I have used it quite often. So I do want this to go in a card, so I'm just going to make sure to not go over the card edge here. Kind of glue this down and make sure I get my tails in there. The way I like them before this dries too much. And then I actually distressed all my pieces with Tim Holtz Distress ink. This one is in tea dye. I've been using it a lot lately. I like it on light colored papers where I'll use the black soot on darker papers, and especially if I'm using a black card base, I like to use that black soot. Just going to hold this down for a few seconds until that catches real good. I think I'm going to put my Mary and Joy here on the bottom and then add some details with the pearls. So I hope all of you have got your Christmas cards already in the mail. And I've been terrible this year. I have not sent any out. So with your pearls, what you want to do on your backer is take your tweezers put them on your pearl, and you just kind of wiggle it back and forth to get that off. And put that in the center. Now it does have glue on it, but I find this glue to be not the best at really holding. So when I move my cards around, I want it to actually stick. And especially through the mail, if you're going to send this, you want it to have a good stick. So I do like to put a dot of art glitter glue on there. Okay. I find this really helps me get this off. I think I'm going to use a little bit bigger pearl on this bigger snowflake. And back to the small size here for the other snowflake. And let's see. I like to see what this big pearl looks like. So I'm going to actually, I pulled it from the top so the sticky would come off, just so I could kind of see. Yeah, I love that. Okay. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put me a pretty big dollop of art glitter glue. Put this bigger pearl here on my bow. I hope you've enjoyed this card today, and hope you have a wonderful Merry Christmas. And I'll see you right after the holiday with another layered card idea.